AITA for telling my friend she is ruining her child's life with the name she gave her.
So I, 21F, have been friends with Lorraine, 22F, for 17 years now and we're really close. She recently gave birth to her daughter and her husband recently told us the name. They decided to name their daughter Juliet, pronounced Juliet, and her middle name is Maria. I thought the spelling was a joke, until she told me they are serious. I told her, that with that spelling of a simple but beautiful name is just going to ruin that little girl's life. She got mad and told me to stop ruining her mood and that I'm being mean. I'm completely honest. The spelling is just bad. Nothing else can explain it. Why ruin such a beautiful name by including letters that don't belong there?
I texted her yesterday and told her that the little girl will try to change her name or at least go by her middle name since it's normal. She told me to stop texting her, that I'm a bad friend and that I'm being the asshole for making fun of the name. I don't think I am. When I told her that the spelling is just bad, she went crazy. She told me that I'm the worst friend ever and that I would never be able to see her daughter again. After that, her husband sent me an email, telling me to stop being so disrespectful. He thinks the spelling is cute and it just makes her unique. Unique eyes. But that's just going to make that little girl suffer and she will probably be bullied for that spelling. I haven't replied and honestly I don't think I'm the asshole here, but I thought I'd ask Reddit since y'all are the best to judge.
So, am I the asshole for telling my friend that the name she gave her daughter is bad and will ruin her life? Update: alright, I get it. I'm an asshole for going after the name more than once. Sorry for that, Lamau. I just sent her an apology text for doing it, yet I did write how she should try to look at it from another perspective. I also send a few screenshots of the comments just for her to see what other people think of it. FYI, I'm supposed to be the godmother, which is why I was extra worried. Lamau, my bad.
NTA, what people don't seem to think about is that these little babies grow up to become adults. First, imagine having to put Juliet whatever on her resume. Then some poor soul has to figure out how to pronounce it if they want to pursue her for employment. She will spend literally the rest of her life listen to people struggle to pronounce it and she will either have to get used to explaining it sounds just like Juliet or she will legally change it. She is setting her kid up for a life of teasing, judgment and frustration on her part.
Why do some people do this? The only thing worse would be adding a silent 5 in the middle. Children subjected to these horrendous names or spellings will not thank their parents for it later. NTA.
Don't you mean unique? I work PT at a school. Seriously. All we do is laugh. Actually NTA.
Just repeat, Gillette the best a man can get every time you see them.
I'm gonna go with NTA. That name is borderline abuse and at least one intelligent adult should care for the little girl and her future. I get it. It's considered rude to push your opinion. But when it's about a helpless child, then I'd say push as much and as far as you can. Even when it's not your own child. Can you imagine the little girl getting bullied in school because of her name? Imagine her sending out job applications and work-related emails signed as Juliet Maria. Seriously, what's going on with these dumb parents and their dumb name ideas? You might want to post this to our tragedy if you haven't already. That'll be the little girl's entire life. That's just extraordinary. People are sensitive about names. But this child is basically immediately going to end up going by Juliet. And the only thing that uses that bizarre spelling will be official documents. She'll get tired of people spelling it wrong and mispronouncing it, so she'll just simplify it to save on the effort. I'm going to go with NTA. But I get why the parents are sensitive. NTA. I immediately read it as Juliet, and I'm sure the kid will get that reading often. NTA. Imagine that poor child trying to learn to spell her name, then telling everyone else how to spell it for the rest of her life. I have an aunt that hates her name because it was hard to spell when she was learning to write. A child's name is not a signifier of how cool and interesting her parents are. It's a serious and important social sign that will influence the child's initial interactions with everyone they meet. Even if, by some miracle, that girl does not get bullied, she is going to waste years of her life on the phone and waiting in line trying to get paperwork fixed. NTA. I came in here all prepared to call you an because really, it's none of your business. But, Goliath, Holy Mother of God, have you considered calling Child Protective Services? As someone with a ridiculous made-up name that my parents thought was cool, let me say that it will be a pain in the ass for the rest of this little kid's life. I resent my parents for it daily. What they thought was cool is something I have to spell every single time somebody needs my name. For anything. Had every single teacher in my life say and spell my name wrong and did not know one other person with this dumb name. NTA. NTA, but you posted in the wrong subreddit. This belongs in our tragedy. Goliath, pronounced Juliet. NTA. And actually, she even got the CR3 spelling wrong. BC the GH digraph isn't pronounced like a J dot in the last half. Given the double consonant, the Y isn't part of the li syllable. So, phonetically, she's literally named an innocent baby Goliath. ETA. I forgot the I, which in combo W the GH becomes its own syllable. Eep. My bad. The poor baby's name is actually Gilead. Hard G like geezer, goober, gum. NTA. It's a stupid name, we all know it, but at least you tried. As a kindergartner teacher who has had to clean up these kind of messes when trying to teach kids how to read and sound out words, your NTA. Everything that child is going to learn in prec and kindergarten will make her name hard for her to understand, read, or write. Everything she learns about phonics in her earliest education will be challenged when she tries to read her own name. For those who say she'll just recognize it's her name, she will absolutely. But once she's learning pre-reading skills, she will definitely try to apply her new knowledge to her name, and it won't work for her at all. Every single student I ever had does this. This isn't as simple as the silent E in Kate. For example, she will get past it eventually. But it's completely unnecessary when Juliet is perfectly lovely. I also agree that the child will grow to resent her name. She'll either just decide to start spelling it in the standard way at school, perhaps legally changing it later, or she'll use her middle name as you said. No, just number. I can't. It's not. No. Does she know that there's a reason, and even rules, why we spell things a certain way? Please correct me if I'm wrong. But I cannot remember, imagine any language where G equals J. I don't care for the last part. So let her do Juliet if she must. But as it is right now, it's an abomination. NTA for writing this outrageous wrongdoing to an innocent child. NTA children aren't pets. They are people who grow into adults who need to use that name on official documents, school certificates, high school qualifications, university. If they can't treat their own child with respect, then they shouldn't be allowed to name them. People might say countries that have lists of names that you have to choose from is a step too far and against human rights. But this is the other end of the scale, and this is much more harmful to kids. Bullied because of their name. Constantly being asked to spell it. And it'll be worse if they get a bully for a teacher. You should send your friend to the Tragedy subreddit and let her feast on her bad choices. NTA. You're not supposed to criticize a friend's baby name. But maybe we'd stop seeing some of this if we did recognize extreme, unique and special names as attention-grabbing behavior. For the people in the back. Changing clapping hands light skin tone. The clapping hands light skin tone spelling. Clapping hands light skin tone of a clapping hands light skin tone. Clapping hands light skin tone. Traditional clapping hands light skin tone. Name clapping hands light skin tone does not. Clapping hands light skin tone. Clapping hands light skin tone. Make it clapping hands light skin tone. Unique clapping hands light skin tone.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.